Uh, Hi, everyone. Glad to have you here. And I'm so excited to have Dr. Gail-Skywalking with Moon on today. Yay.
Thanks, Val, for having me. It's fun. We
You-
always have fun together.
yeah, it's so much fun. And you've settled, you're in North Carolina, is it? Or
South Carolina.
South Carolina. And
Just
you're
in the Carolinas. I'm in the Carolinas.
is in the back, South Carolina.
They just arrived today. Well, not just today, just a couple hours ago.
My gosh. So, I mean, then you got all that to unpack. But so you're settling in and, it's good. You're back.
I'm back. I'm back for a little while until my next assignment. This is my rest period, and I get to rest, I think, for 6 months to a year. I'm not sure how long, and then I'll get my next assignment.
Oh, how fun. So, I mean, here you are doing a show, though. I mean,
Yeah.
How much rest? I mean, what is your idea of rest for you and relaxation? What do you do?
For me, well, mine is just going probably within, resting, meditating, those kind of things, and also getting out in nature. Um, that is definitely, and getting water. I can't wait to get to the beach and be
Oh,
around the water. that brings my energy back. And of course, when I was at Mount Shasta, going up the mountain brought my energy back. But that whole place is just energy in
yeah.
itself. And visited Mary and my friend Meg yesterday. And Mary, everybody knows Meg, who comes on my show. And she was telling me, she goes, "You're different." She said, in fact, she was shaking being around my energy. My energy has increased so much from being in Mount Shasta that she was saying, she said she could see lights just darting off of me.
Oh, I can too. I can see your right now. You have this glowing. Well, all I can see is white because don't necessarily see it in colors, but I see the light emanating just because probably the way the camera is, and I can just see it really clearly. So yeah, big energy.
Yes. So she was going. She wasn't expecting. I think both of us were caught off guard on that. The energy had changed so much in me and had increased, and that it was making her shake. And I told her, I said, I am working in the 7th dimension now, where I was working in the 5th, and I have just moved and met some new guides and things that I'm going to now be working in the 7th dimension. And I was shaking when I was having to get used to it. When I was getting used to 5th dimension, I was nauseated. 7th, it took me a while. And it's not that I didn't go up and down and get exposed to it. It's actually working in it. It's actually staying in it and working in it. That you have to get used to.
That's the trick.
Right. That's the trick.
In it and staying in it.
Yeah. That's what the new guy I had, Bizarre, who had come through. He was the one trying to get me to that level. And I was channeling him and channeling his message. And that was his purpose, was to get me used to being in that level. And now I'm getting ready to work with some different beings. And I'll know more about them. I met them as I was coming across from California to South Carolina on the boring roads when I'm open.
Oh, yeah.
Just wide open for information to come in.
I mean, you gotta, at least you had that for entertainment, because it's pretty desolate in many places driving along those roads. So did you get any good information you want to share with us?
No, I don't think I got any really good information to share with everybody. It's more information on what my next job's going to be, which is going to be, I think I'm going to be going on some different type of missions and things like I did in the beginning, but it's going to be more medical and health related. That's all I know right now. Because for me, I turned them off. I'm going, I'm not ready for any more now. It used to be when it all started, it would come all the same time. And I was, just spitting out all the information. Now I go on, this is the time we have together. And now I'll take the information and shut it off, because, it'll wear you out if you're.
It would, if you were on all the time and connected to that kind of information and frequency. It would definitely wear you out. You have to have some downtime. I mean, what dimensional frequency would that be? That's like super duper high frequency. So yeah, for sure. And I want to stop here and say hi, Annie Bear. Good to see you. And Janet Bora Bora, nice to have you here. And Lisa, good to see you. Sally, hi. And Scott, hi, good to see you. Sonia, hello. And Jenny, Starfish Jenny, good to see you, Jenny. And Linda de Gonzalez, hi, Linda. Let's see. Faye Cole, hi, Faye. Millie, hello. And Cheryl, Earth Mama, Rose, hello, Rose. Deep Albuquerque. Let's see, I think I said hi to Cheryl already. Imelda, good to see you. And Rossi, hello. Debbie, hi. B, hello. Son of what? These are names that I don't normally see. Hello, all of you.
These are normal names for me.
Damaris, that's a cute name. And Martha Bean, hello. Lori, hi. And let's see. Julie, hello. Carolyn. And I think Janny. Good to see you. Enkar. And Jules, Hypnicity. All Eyes Nick. Hello. Good to see you. And Tina. I'm getting down to the bottom, I hope. And R Santa. Okay, I am down here. Yay. And A-Dub. Good to see you, A-Dub. And Brenda. Nice to see you too. So if I missed anyone, I apologize. And I have no intention of doing it, but sometimes my brain. Oh, hi, Mary. Mary, good to see you. Okay, so now, we were going to talk about, well, now you, Dr. Gail, have talked about the different timelines and jumping timelines and things that are happening in this holographic world that we've created. And I have been hearing that so many people are having these experiences. I too have had them, where I have seen myself and I'm here, but I'm seeing myself like you see your husband or see a friend in the flesh, real time. These things I've been reading about or hearing about since yesterday, making me feel like everyone is having this kind of thing happen a little bit here and there. And but you have learned how that happens, and you're drawing that
Well,
is a really good way to look at.
I'm not an artist.
It's great.
This is what they showed me, and our soul is in the middle. This is our soul, and these are all different lifetimes. Some of them are more important than the others. Some are large that are more important than the small ones. And one's going one way, circle, and one's going the other way. And when they cross or when they meet, like these two are right next to each other. That's when you have your bleed through, or when you see a different lifetime happening, and you're wondering what's going on. But as I said, one's going one way, one's going the other way, and the larger lives are more important to you that you remember than the smaller ones. And that's what they showed me, that it's all going on at the same time. So it's not like one. I mean, it's not like we have choices on our lifetimes, and we also can pick a lifetime and only experience a part of it. Like we were talking about Queen of Scots. If you decided that you wanted to experience her, you could actually just pick a part of her life that you could experience and not the whole life. So we have these options also. But I wanted to ask you about, do you see yourself working like me? I see myself, and I know it's a lifetime, working on spaceships and different spaceships. And
you just gave me the chills, so I have to say yes.
So, yeah, so that was big for me because I see myself, and I don't have to be meditating or anything anymore. Working on spaceship, and my first one was working on the Astro Medical One, and then I went to the Athena, and then on the Alphabet now, and so I have different jobs on these different spaceships. But for some reason, and I don't know why, I'm allowed to know what I'm doing. I'm allowed to see what I'm doing, and also can help some people. Tell them what they're also doing. But I'm
Yeah.
not really sure why I'm allowed to see these.
Some of the yeah, and I just from my experience of many, many years of reading and hearing stories of people's experiences, it sounds like you're one of those people who are they consider very advanced, who can take this information and share it with people on Earth to get us kind of prepared for, well, this is happening and this is, this is a normal thing, or, when there's a fear factor involved, that's when those people have to have a little bit of they can't remember.
Right.
So they shut that down for them so they don't have to work, have that. But when you go beyond the fear and you're connecting from your soul and you're there consciously working, yeah, they love it.
Right. And you're right. You're exactly right. It's fear. It's the fear is the one that stops it. And we're so ingrained in having fear in every aspect of our life, even religiously, God fearing and all those things, and that we are just trained or educated or whatever to fear so many things. And I think as a child, um, we shut it down because of the fear of what's going on. Now, as a child, I was always able to know who had passed or that they were around or things are around. And I would say something about, but nobody would pay me any attention or they'd ignore it. And I thought it was just perfectly normal. And I just thought, oh, we just don't talk about those kind of things, or they don't remember. But, so it wasn't that. It was, oh yeah, all the above. And I didn't. The only thing I remember fearing a little bit was when the wolf showed up under my bed, and I was worried about my family members, about that wolf attacking them. I knew it wasn't gonna bother me, but I kept worrying about like my dad if he poked his head in, I'll go, "Be careful, coming slowly." The wolf under the bed, and I tell my sister, "Don't dangle your arm off the bed, just in case that wolf might get you." This kind of thing. So, but I was just, they just acted like no, nothing.
They just,
Yeah,
oh, that's Gail.
exactly.
They don't have left you to your own thing. Do your own
Like, let's don't talk about it. Maybe it'll go away. I think.
thing. Probably so. Well, yeah, parents do a good job for the most part of ignoring, at least in my generation.
Yeah.
So yeah. Um, so I do love your diagram of showing that the spiral. It's really how things um, see how easy it is to jump over and get a
Right.
view or jump into a timeline. That's how easy it is.
Right.
It's spiraling there. All time is now. There is no such thing as linear time. It's a concept we use to measure things here on Earth, but there's no linear time. You
Right.
can be you can come back and go to the past. You can incarnate and be in the past if you want. You don't have to come, or the future, or it's not really the past, present, or
Well,
future.
yeah.
It's
What
all it's happening now.
what they were saying was that we say it's the past or future because of how we're dressed.
Saying, and it's really a
It's the
misnomer.
same
It's not really
thing.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's it's a mind-blowing concept, but I think it's very accurate.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why, as you intersect with these different timelines, you can see yourself, or you can gain more knowledge about those lifetimes, or it just comes to you and you go, oh, you get a download of a lifetime. Things like that. Yeah, Millie, time is an illusion. Yeah, it's really true. Um, but it's a concept we created here in this holographic Earth school to understand, you know, from A to B while we live in this one lifetime, this concept. We're actually, and I don't know if you believe this, Dr. Gale, but I think that we are just really projecting one tiny fragment of our soul down, and we're doing multiple lives all at once
Yeah,
in a bunch of different timelines all over the place. And
that's
we
right.
have galactic selves who
Right.
are out there doing galactic things. I mean,
Yeah, that's what this is. This is our soul in the middle, and these are fragments of our lives. So
yeah,
this is like it's in the center and fragments of
yeah,
all these different lifetimes. So you're
yeah. I love
exactly
that. That is a good drawing to demonstrate how it's not the one big long line and you have to reach here and reach there. It's just
right.
it's a dimensional frequency. It's a frequency.
Yeah,
You're going to this frequency, you're going to it's like tuning into a radio station. It's but it seems to be happening.
right.
Glitching, happening, whatever. Think time this things seem to be morphing now. Have you had any experiences with that, Dr. Gale?
Well, I have, but I mine is just a total glitch though because of all my because I can see what I'm doing, and I know people are going, "How did I get over the fear of shutting it down and do?" Well, when my dad passed away, I had taken care of him, and he had dementia for 8 years, and
Yeah.
so when he passed away, we went in with COVID, and I just thought, "Oh, let me try this meditation stuff," and I was already connected with the people who passed at this time,
Mhm.
and I connected with him, and he was the one that started introducing me to the different ETs, and I was comfortable with him. And I would suggest anybody who does have that fear, connect with somebody you trust on the other side, your parent, your child, your brother, your sister, a friend. If you connect with them and let them lead you towards those things, then you're comfortable. And I mean, because my first ET that I met was Matkai, and she was this little petite blue thing, and my dad and I had created a place to go meet on a bench by a little stream and a waterfall. And when she came and sat down by me, I said, "What is this beside me? Why is he not saying anything or doing anything?" And she was petite, she was blue, and she had a little jello head that just bounced around when she talked, and just totally mesmerized. But then I had a parade of ETs but I was always with him, meeting them. So there was a trust on him that allowed me to experience those things. And I know everybody keeps pushing me, trying to teach a class on how to do that and how to connect with your galactic beings and things. But you probably could do that on your own with first finding somebody who has passed who you trust, and then they can start introducing you to the ones that they can help you do that.
Yeah, that's really true. And it's not like you generally speaking, it's going to be in your life plan or life path that you're going to be doing this work. It's something that you knew you were signing up for to come down and do. So you're going to be attracted to that, and that's going to be attracted to you. It's just a natural thing. And yeah, I think it's true. You evolve from having them come and teach you, like when the Arcturians gave me this kind of, I called it the Eye of Horus activation, but this healing modality or technique or whatever they did with me, it's like that. I didn't ask for it, it came and I got it. And it's that kind of thing. And I
Well,
think,
this is my third lifetime. I travel with two other beings that we go through planet to planet. Um, and it's for ascension. And they're telling me I've done this. This is my third time. All these things will come back to you quickly. This is your third time. So, and it has, so, um, but anyway, I'm the only one in the physical form, and the other two who I travel with are not in the physical form.
yeah, I love that. I I finally looked through the chat. I'm sorry, everyone, I'm pretty bad. Majestic Oracle says that's been happening to me for years. The bleed through. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's just amazing. Yeah, I only just started recently having that really time morphing time. I look up and it should have been an hour, but it's only been 15 minutes.
I don't know how to explain mine so that I'm so aware of that other part of that morphing or whatever, because I know exactly what I'm doing on the spaceship, and I know exactly all these things that I'm doing, and I know now I'm going to start working in the 7th dimension where I was very comfortable working in the 5th. And so those glitches, I don't have as many glitches because mine.
Yeah, because your awareness is
very aware of it. Yeah,
your awareness can be multiple places for
right.
sure. Mine, not so much yet, but
I think the most fascinating.
I know it. You can do it. I know it.
Yeah, the most fascinating thing that I've done recently, I think, I mean, I've done some other, but was when I was, they put me in a pod, and it's a single pod. And I was traveling from one spaceship to the other, and I was by myself. And it was the first time I had been in a little spaceship by myself. I'm always with people. And I'm sitting there trying to figure it all out. Am I going to do it right? And I kept going, is this a spaceship? And they go, no, it's a pod. I'm going, is this something else? And I said, they kept going, no, it's a pod. It's a pod. It's a pod. Well, come to find out, it's actually an orb. And we do travel in these orbs.
Yes.
That's what we're showing. And I was like, oh, okay. So I'm going, oh, it's an orb. And they go, no, it's a pod. It's called a pod. So,
more and more we're seeing those orbs or pods or whatever you want to call them visiting us, and they're just everywhere now. It's like everybody's got pictures of them.
Yes, and I know when I was on Terry, we were describing it because mine is like a bluish purple. It's a periwinkle color pod. Yeah. Hers was like yellow and white. and it's one of us, our higher self checking on us, coming in and checking on us. And but we did go visit Dearis. Apparently, I go visit a lot of people in my little pod.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do, because you can. So Hypnicity's saying, have you both been doing this since childhood? Well, of course, Dr. Gail, you heard her say yes. As a child, she had all these beings visiting her and all these things were happening. So yes, was.
I thought it was normal, and I thought it was normal not to talk about it because it was not.
Yeah, well, because you just adapted to the other humans and
yeah,
the way they were.
Even my sister to this day, when I asked her, I said, "Do you remember me telling you about the ghost that was in this?" And she's going, "No, she doesn't remember any of it." I'm going, either she wasn't listening or what.
Because you know what? When you're not ready to hear some of these things, you literally blank out at this information. Later, as an adult, you might remember.
Right.
But maybe not. Maybe you aren't meant to.
And also, during that, when they're not acknowledging it, you're thinking it's insignificant.
Yeah.
I'll say, like, it's not important. Move on.
I was just going through and I'm starring some of these questions. Yes, we are going to move on to answering your questions, reading for you. But I had to, of course, get some Dr. Gail juice. Because she's here.
It's some Val juice.
I will. So, as I'm going through, Spiritual Sean is asking, what about multiple dimensions within a lifetime, or is it just for the movies? You mean flipping dimensions while you're in a lifetime and you're still in that same consciousness, but you're in that other dimension living a life that really isn't yours, but you stay in that timeline? I don't know about that, Dr. Gail.
Well, it could be what I'm doing. They're talking about what I'm doing. Like I'm living in this 3D world, but I know exactly what I'm doing in the 5D world. So I am flipping timelines all the time, but I'm extremely aware of it. I don't have to be meditating. I don't have to be sleeping. I don't have to do any of that, even though a lot of it does come in during those times. But I can be sitting here and I know exactly what I'm doing on the spaceship at the same time. So I am in different timelines and multiple dimensions at the same time. I
Yeah.
just don't know why I'm the one that's being allowed to be aware of it, because I think we're all doing it. I just
We
don't.
are, but if you're advanced, if you've been around those higher frequencies, especially, the ETs that you work with, or that they probably don't want to be called ETs. What
No,
what
they just it's like they're okay with the ones that live off planet to be called ETs, but
I
they're
I know that we have non-humans who live here and have been here before us, who are our progenitors,
yeah,
and
they're called inner Earth beings and on Earth beings is what
yeah,
they told me in the beginning to call them,
on
and
only
they
beings.
actually said the term alien was more appropriate for the collective of them instead of ETs because extraterrestrials is off planet,
Yeah,
and so when I was in Mount Shasta, that was the very beginning where I got that whole.
yeah, because I know I don't say alien because that's their our DNA has their DNA, so we'd all be alien if that was true. So,
Well, we are compared to them because they've been here before us.
yeah, absolutely. Um, oh, and Lori says, I love the clockwise and counterclockwise flow. When I meditate, I see the flow is going both directions for a while now. That's cool. That's cool. And hypnicity saying we each have our own solar system.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
pretty much it is true because you create, you're a creator God creating whatever it is. So, of course, you get to be right and get to have your own.
one that I am being challenged with recently is the chakras because I saw myself walking around with chakras going around in circles, more chakras showing up. But I do know when I'm working with um, and this isn't all of them, but a lot of the extraterrestrial people or our galactic families, a lot of them have lost their root and sacral chakra, and those have disappeared. So, but then I see myself having a lot of different chakras going around in circles around here. So I haven't fully gotten a grasp of all that. I don't know if there are more chakras coming up here because I might be losing the ones down here. I'm not real sure about that. That's
I,
something I've been trying to get a grasp of here
I,
lately.
I don't remember whether it was the Arcturians who came through and told me this or the Galactic Federation. I don't know who was telling me this, but they said that our chakra system is going into a unified field.
Right.
So we're not actually, I don't know how long that's going to take, or if it's happened to some of us already, but it is going to just be, you know,
Right.
one big unified field and not be these little, it was almost for a teaching um, method. You're learning about the root chakra, about your safety here, about getting out of the fear, all the chakras, and you work your way into whatever you're opening the heart chakra, all those things.
And
So
also the heart chakra's a whole lot larger. When they lose the other chakras, the heart chakra really grows.
yeah,
But they showed me like I was walking and I had like a halo, a big halo or a hula hoop of different chakras going around my head that rotated, which I just haven't quite gotten a grasp. I mean, it was going in circles, and
there is, and they didn't talk about what's happening above, which there are gazillions, like you said, of chakras happening. And as you come more and more online, all these things are coming online and lighting up and happening. So, but they did talk about our 3D chakra will become a unified field as we're going in toward the higher frequencies of light and maintaining that within our energy field. So that was interesting, and I'm still waiting to see it happening. I mean, I hear what they tell me, I write it down and I tell people, but I'm still, I don't go, "Oh, yeah, mhm."
exactly.
I still maintain my, "Okay, well, let's see if that happens." I don't know. I don't take anything till I see it happen, but, um, let's see. So oh, this is Sally again. Yes, Sally, let me I'm starring your question. Okay, I'm going down. All this talking to Dr. Gail, and I only starred 4 questions so far. That is, I am sorry. I'm doing a better job. Um, uh, yeah. Oh, and here's Shaw women. Do fragments get left behind if a soul reincarnates? This is always a good question people ask. Like when people pray or try to communicate with someone who's died, but they reincarnated, do they still get the message? And here's the thing: the soul, you're only projecting down a tiny portion of consciousness to run this, that, and the other thing. You're always available. Am I wrong here?
You're always right. And that's again this picture. Your soul is always there. Your soul is always there. And these are fragments. When you come down here, it's only a fragment of you coming down and or going wherever. So yeah, there's always that soul is always there in the middle, and you decided where you want to reincarnate. What did you want to do next? If you only want to do a portion of this lifetime, or you want to do a whole thing, this one's important. Well, I want to take a break and let's do a small lifetime.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. So that. Okay.
Her question was: Is the fragment left behind? And that to me, that or I'm wondering if it totally disappeared, or if actually that fragment does stay. Does the fragment stay? I'm getting a no. That fragment does not stay. You experience it and then it goes away. That's what I'm getting.
I would say so. And I think the whole thing about maybe we use the wrong concepts to say,
right.
Pulling in all of your wisdom from all the lifetimes. It's really connecting yourself more fully to your soul, the seed of your soul, your oversoul. Right. So you're coming into that wisdom that you've collected, that you have had all these lifetimes for, that contrast between the bliss and the yin and yang and the dialectic thinking that we have here. So whatever words we use, the concept of coming together and bringing it all, as you in 3D coalescing it all together, is just a way of saying you're merging with your soul.
Yeah. They're also showing me a vision of if the fragment was left behind, the next person who want to experience that lifetime would be experiencing part of you. So no, a fragment's not left behind. It almost looks like it's a clean slate if you want to go in and experience that. And that fragment just goes right back to your soul. The fragment goes to that lifetime and comes back to your soul, and nothing is left behind is what they're showing me.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Okay, so let's go down. I know I'm gonna. Okay, questions. I'm getting questions. I'm starring them. Okay, so you know what? I have. There's so many people talking to you here. I am almost at the end here. Okay, everyone, we're going to get to the questions. Okay, I'm there. You got. I apologize if I missed anyone. I think I have got it. Dr. Gail. Yep. See, Dr. Gail is ahead of us in human evolution. Yes, I would say that is correct.
I just think I'm just aware. I don't know if I am good. I don't know why I'm being allowed to know what I'm doing. I know it's to share and to bring everybody and make everybody not as fearful of what's happening, and it's to make you more comfortable with what's in our future. So I know that's part of it, because we are such a fear-based society, that I'm to make this whole journey, this part of it, a little more comfortable for people.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we are down at the bottom, and we're going to say questions are closed, because we're going to
never get to them.
Questions closed, because we've got 9. We'll try and get to all of them. So Hypnicity is asking, are you doing readings today? If so, what do my galactic guides want me to focus on for the rest of April?
Oh, I just hit my computer. I'm going to pull out of my Star Seed Oracle deck to see what you're supposed to focus on. Is what they're guiding me to pull out of Hypnicity. And let's see what it is. It says you got the love, Darien energy. So it's going, well, actually, what it's telling me Hypnicity is you need to be working on your boundaries. That you're, yeah, it looks like to me you're sharing everything, you're giving everything out, and you're draining yourself. That's what they're showing me, and that you're needing to create some boundaries and bring some energy back into yourself. So that's what I'm getting. I'm sure Val's got a lot more to say.
Oh, I don't know. I've got something. They are saying that you're headed toward, more enlightenment is coming your way. But they're also saying that the Venusian Council, Galactic Council, wants to work with you. Answer the call. Time to shine. Star beings. So, this is who I call the Kumaras, Sanat Kumara, and all of those beings.
You see that, to me, do you see those three beings in there?
Yeah.
Or do you see more, or do you just see three?
I see more than three even.
So I see the front three, and
that's front, and then there's back. There's a back, right?
That's how that's how I travel, and then I put on the planet I go to. I put on their skin or their body, but that's how I travel. One looks more blue than that, but that's how I travel.
That is amazing. So they're saying open up for that because and soul love, beautiful light coming through. So opening up to all of that, it's happening. So I know Hypnicity, you're advanced.
Yeah, but she, some reason I've got that she's needing to work on her boundaries.
She does. I mean, who doesn't though? Even I do, because I do shows.
Yeah, you do a lot of shows.
I do a lot of shows, and I don't have the no word anywhere in my vocabulary.
Yeah.
So yeah, here, the age of light. This is why we're all here doing this Hypnicity, and this is you. You're being trained, and you've been training for this for lifetimes, is what they're saying. And do you see yourself? Because I know you have past life recollection, or you have good sense of claircognizance of being in certain lifetimes. So I know you are well on your way to conscious galactic connection and working. So thank you for that. And Rossi, may I have a message from my Arcturian guide?
Okay. I'm going to pull out of this deck the Sacred Geometry Activation, which I consider.
Yeah. I got that. I have not totally started working with that. But.
Okay, it's got communication on here. Look at this is pretty card. Communication, and it says the frequency of communication supports our ability to exchange information in many different forms. It reminds us to run every piece of information, both incoming and outgoing, through our heart, the center of truth, to stay in the flow of source and balanced exchange. So communication, also what I'm seeing, this is what I was really drawn to, is the number 14 is on the top of this card, which adds up to a 5. Something's changing. Something's changing with you, Rossi. And it's something to do with the communication about some kind of change for you. And I'm thinking that you're coming in with something new that you're going to need to share. And this is, and I'm getting a big validation on that this is you communicating, and it's something new coming in. It's a change. It's a big change for you that's coming in for you. And yeah, I'm getting a big yes on that. So I'm curious to know what this is that she's going to share, because I'm getting humongous, yes, big change, and you're going to be sharing it with us, communicating. So,
And I love that message. And when I tuned in, Rossi, I heard the Arcturians say, listen to yourself. Well, that goes in line with communication. It is, they're saying you are going to have a remembrance. This is what I'm getting. This is information being downloaded and coming in, but you definitely have a deep connection that you are going to share a lot. And we've talked about that before, just like Dr. Gail definitely picked up on that fact. And your channeling is deep and beautiful. It will be profound, and it will be something that you will want to share with humanity. And, there are a lot newer concepts coming in that we are trying to pull into 3D and turn into language we can all understand, but it's concepts we don't have an earth language for.
right.
Welcome to your job. Congratulations.
I kind of feel like it's going to be a little shocking to her. People change.
Absolutely. Oh, I love that. So Julie's saying, I would love to know if my grandma Winnie Jones has a message for me. Thank you.
Okay. Winnie Jones, your grandmother. Right then. If you see me looking down a lot, I do a lot of writing when I'm contacting somebody who's passed.
Yeah.
Winnie Jones. She seems sweet. I'm getting that she's saying continue on. I'm not sure what you're doing, Julie, but she's giving she seems so sweet. She's saying you're on the right path to continue. And this is a big, strong yes on this too, that she's saying that you're on the right path. What are you doing, Julie? Is there something that you're thinking about doing, but whatever you're thinking about or whatever your journey might be starting, this is a go for it. She's right there beside you, and she's saying, don't be scared. I'm with you. I'm with you on this journey. Go ahead, step into it. And so, Julie, are you here? What is this?
Yeah, Julie, if you can, let us know in the chat, and I'm checking for that. I haven't heard anything yet, but I would love to know because, she came right in and she does have sweet energy. There's no doubt about that. But she said, be the brilliant light. So that goes hand in hand with what Dr. Gail said. And she is, again, a lot of times I'm getting this as this beautiful golden book where the relatives are opening it up and all this golden sparkly light is coming out. And it's like, this is the essence of what you're here to do in energetic form, whether it's, you're getting it in downloads of light language or however it's showing up. Oh, she's saying, I'm trying to keep my health and raise my grandson. That's what
she's showing me. She's holding your hand doing this.
She is. Yeah. She is.
Yeah. But there's something else, Julie, that I feel like it's more on the metaphysical side that you're either thinking about or dealing with, or anyway, she's holding your hand in it. Whatever journey you want to take with this is what she's saying. She's holding your hand. You can go with it. And it almost feels like, to me, it's like when I started with my dad, he was always there with me on that journey. So she feels like she's with you on whatever you wanting to do. And it feels like she's giving you it's okay to go the metaphysical route. It's okay. Whatever you've been experiencing in the past, I'm here with you. We can go together. We can do this together, whatever you're wanting to do. So.
Right. That's beautiful. So, Julie, there's more that your grandmother is showing you for you, more than just, I know you're trying to stay healthy, which is awesome, and I know you will. And raising your grandson, yeah, that's a big responsibility. And you definitely are doing a really wonderful job. And in the middle of all of that, giving yourself some time and space to touch in with your soul and what you're here to do beyond that, because your grandson will be with you until, you know, that's only a few years down the road, and he'll do his own thing. So then you're left with what you're here to do. And
All
it's a
right.
lot. It's
Yeah,
wonderful.
all right.
Yeah.
All right, Julie, I took care of my dad who had dementia for 8 years, which was probably one of the hardest things I've ever done. And one of the things, I'm not sure if this will help you to get through those hard times, is I've got my grateful book that I would get out and write everything I was grateful for. But then I had my bitch book.
Oh,
I had a bitch book to write down everything that was going wrong, that was bad. Well, I would start off with the bitch book. I write everything that was wrong, what was bad, and because people are so tired of hearing you complain, and I write it all down, and I turn right over to the grateful list. And a lot of times they were together. I mean, some of the things that were making you angry or upsetting you were also the things that you were grateful for. But I was able to get it all out, and it is that physical writing it and getting it out, and just being angry with that bitch book, and then turning around and being grateful. It really
I
helped
can
me.
see how that would really work to transform, release the energies in a in a better way.
Yeah.
And yeah,
And you
I,
hide that book.
yeah,
Don't everybody let anybody see that book. But I had 2 journals going during that time, and it really got me through some.
that's very helpful. Thank you so much, Dr. Gale. I love that. And Sally's asking, I find when I watch footage of activity, she's getting activity in her yard, in security orbs, beings, all kinds of things show up on her security footage, and she feels nauseous. Is there something more than visual discord caused by the images?
Well, first off, when you're saying nauseous, I mean, that's exactly how I was when I started working in 5D. I was nauseated. Working at 7th, I started shaking to get used to it. So,
Yeah.
what I'm thinking, Sally, but because I'm focused in on that, I'm thinking everything that's going on around you is bringing you up to where you're working in that level. You're not only just going up, going like a lot of us going up. Oh, we're going to 5D and coming down, and then going up 7D and coming down. Not, we're up and down the stairs, going up and down and up and down. You are going up and staying, and you're staying longer. And this is your physically 3D body is reacting to that. And so this will go on for a little while until you get used to it. But I'm gonna read the question. But I just focused in on that nausea. Let's see.
What you answered was exactly what she needed to hear. Just that. But I just wanted to say she's just been getting, at least because she has a color camera that catches things. She's seeing beautiful golden orbs and like triangles, and it goes in her bedroom from outside and all this. So it coincides with everything you just said, right?
Right. Yes. Well, if you're seeing a periwinkle one, that's me checking up on you. And if you're seeing one that is gold and white, that's Terry checking up on you. So I think we're all traveling around and checking up on it and getting into each other's energy a lot more than we think. Um,
So, she's having tons and tons of energetic beings, not just in orb shape, but in different shapes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I've been there, done that.
definitely raising your vibration, and you're definitely getting visited by a lot of guides, angels, and galactic beings.
Right. they're preparing you to be working in 5D. That's what's
Yeah.
going
And by the way, Sally channels beautiful information. She is an excellent channel. So that all makes sense why she is able to do all of that. So Sally, thanks for your question. I love that. And Lisa is asking, with Mother Earth, has it been a place and plan for us to evolve with the seed of dealing with fear and ego here?
I think
Well,
so.
yeah, this is the dialectic, this and that, yin and yang. We created this because when we're out of the body in spirit form, we're in divine bliss. We are in that coalescence of we're all one. So
Also, when you're in 5D and above, you're not hungry, you're not cold, you're not hot, not you're not worried about money, you're not worried about shelter, you're not worried about any of those things that we have where our ego gets involved and our fear. You don't have those things that you're needing. You are working as a collective to help everybody.
yeah,
So it's different. So yeah, Earth is definitely we are dealing with that on Earth.
yeah, for sure. So Lisa, thanks for that question. And Sonia's asking, will I know the organizational jobs that I am doing with the councils, making sure all runs well? I'm told I'm working with several.
Will you know? Will you eventually know? Let me see.
She know.
Okay. Will you know? They're telling me yes, you will know.
Got that too. Yeah.
And apparently you're already okay. They are, yeah. While you're sleeping, you're already having dreams. I think already about it, Sonia. And I think you're needing to be more aware of those dreams and try to start writing down. I have a notebook that stays by my bed, and
Yeah.
also do it on my phone. I'll put something on my phone. But and of course, you'll have a dream, and you'll wake up and you go, "Oh, I'll remember that. I'll never forget that." Well, you forget it. You know, you had the dream, but so it's been a lesson that there's a lot of things that I've missed because of that. And what they're telling me, Sonia, is this is what's going on with you. You're already aware in your dreams, and you're just needing to kind of wake yourself up, or to write it, to document. It's like you're right there on the edge, knowing exactly what you're doing.
And this is the card I pulled, Awakening. Energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. So that just backs up everything Dr. Gail just shared with you, Sonia. So yeah, get that journal, put it beside your bedside, and before you have the second thought, what were those dreams?
Right.
Then you'll start remembering them.
Yeah. Well, you'll wake up in the morning and you'll read what you wrote and you go, "Oh yeah," and you don't have to put a lot of words, just a few words that triggers that memory. You don't have to write it all out in detail, but if you just go right back to sleep, you'll just all you'll remember is I had a dream.
I know this is a shameless plug, but Sonia, Allie of Heart and Soul Connected is having a little 3 dream workshop, three
Oh, that'd be good.
3 different days. So you're 3 weeks running. So you're going to want to sign up for that
Yeah.
because that can help you understand. She gives you coping tips of how to understand the dreams too. It's not just what you'll be picking up, though, are realistic things that are actually happening.
Hmm.
Uh, and you might even start lucid dreaming and remembering it. So that's awesome too. So thank you. And Cheryl is asking, can the Galactics ETs teach us skills to manage feelings if we are highly empathic and clairsentient? Thanks.
Can they teach us skills? Um, I'm not sure that they actually teach us skills or the skills are already there. They awaken the skills. Is what I think they do more than teaches. Depending on how many lifetimes you've had or where you're at in your journey. Um, but a lot of the star seeds are here, and we volunteered to come here, and that we are just being awakened on what you can do. So you're probably learning about the feelings, and soon, well, I can tell you the how I was learning is doing the shaman journeys, where you are going with an intention, and I was taught how to do that, which helps a lot on trying to understand a lot of how you react to things. So that was a lesson I learned, and I already know that I've been a shaman in a past life, but that awakened that part of me to go and seek out a shaman to learn how to do that. So I would say that, yeah, that you already have the skills. You're just awakened to it.
And I second everything Dr. Gail just said, because we're actually these awakened beings projecting down into this illusion of not remembering.
Right.
So of course, we do have everything that we need to go forward and do whatever it is that we've come here to experience, as we've agreed to for ourselves in whatever experience we've projected down into. We've already decided what our goals are. And of course, there is the 3D, watch your thoughts, watch your mind script, don't get pulled into the ego. It's an illusionary, it's to teach you, oh, I have to clear that, I have to open up, I have to this, I have to that. If you are with someone and you're saying, well, why can't I do that well? That comparison, that ego stuff, let go of all that. That is you. Open up to your own love, open up to your own light, so that you can feel that way. Just that coalescence, right, Dr.
Yeah.
Gay?
Yeah, and don't beat yourself up if you fall back into it. You get the tools to know how to come out of it quickly, and get a lot better how to manage it. But it's always going to be there because you are human. You are in a 3D
The
body.
ego doesn't go away.
Right.
It quiets down a little, and then it'll be subtle.
Yeah.
And then you have to try and catch it, because it can kind of morph a little bit, and it just sits a little.
My always example is when I'm in traffic.
Yes.
Like I deal with it, and better than when I used to, but all of a sudden it'll be like, and then I go, okay, calm it down. That's not worth. So learning how to deal with that.
So yeah, it's what triggers you.
Yeah.
What is triggering you? Triggering your emotions into the drama, but don't get sucked back into the mind script ego drama. You step back, you get into observation, and you realize that's not you. You're not the story. You're this divine being projecting down into this body. So that's the one version. But yeah, you're here. You already know it. You have everything. It's just.
I also go with the family on holidays.
Family on holidays. That is barometer. Oh.
That's my dog. Working.
If you want the barometer to test yourself and how far you've come,
go to family.
Go to the family. So thank you, Cheryl. And Damaris is asking me, I have a message from my guides. I've been feeling something big is about to happen. Thank you both, and much love.
Well, Damaris, everything big's always happening. You're so connected.
There's always something big, though. It's like every time we stop and go, oh, a little breather. No, something big is.
Exactly. I get a little breather, like they're saying, oh, you're going to get to rest for a year. Well, I've already met 5 beings I'm getting ready to work with in 7D.
Rest is a relative term.
Where's the rest?
That's why I'm saying rest. By whose concept is that rest? But exactly. So,
Damaris, I always get this vision with you. Is you're always sitting on the chair holding on, because here it comes again. Here's the next step. Here's what's happening now. And I feel like you should be writing a book, and you should be sharing all the stuff that's happening to you, because you're so connected to the ETs and to Earth and the elementals and all that. And I feel like you're trying to control it instead of just letting it come all in and then sharing it to Dearis. But that's all I see is you just holding your seat because there's so much going on with you. And it's exciting.
I have to say, I totally have the chills, and I have to agree 1,000,000% with Dr. Gail. And I got, funny enough, crown chakra upgrade for you. So that is really your higher divine connection, holy experiences, and miraculous energy. But this is when I laugh. Share your voice.
Yeah.
So come out of the cave. Use your expression, write it down, share it, tell it, write a book.
Yeah.
These things are meant to go to, the collective, go to everyone and raise our energies and vibration from all of this huge connection that you have. And I love that concept of you sitting there holding on because there's always something coming down the pike.
Yeah.
But I think 2024 is going to be a huge expansion year especially for light workers in particular, because you're already connected. So your expansion is going to be even greater. But I feel like this is our opportunity to really dive in deep and connect to those higher frequencies for permanently.
Well, I get that
Longer.
something's big happening in September and December that's going to shape or change the way we see things.
Ooh. Is it disclosure? Is it?
Well, we're already being disclosed because they got tired of going above up and they started going down up. So they're exposing themselves or showing themselves to all of us because they weren't getting anywhere with our leaders. So they're now getting us used to it, just the lower levels coming up. So we're all getting exposed to all of them. So
I had to laugh because what's out there when we had the solar eclipse is 10 billion ships were filmed all times, all over the place. It's like they were all eyes were there, and they were putting on a show for everyone to say, yeah, hello, we're here.
Well, the first time that I recognized I was seeing spaceships was when I walked down my deck, and actually it's in the house I'm in now. I went out on the deck and I was looking at the moon. It was a full moon, and I saw these almost look like fireflies coming and going back and forth from the moon. And I was sitting there going, what in the world is all that? And I went in and I got my glasses and I went back out to look at it and going, those are spaceships. I was just so fascinated because there's so many of them. I bet there's like 20 of them coming and going from the moon. And that was my first experience of actually knowing that I was seeing spaceships.
I love that. You had to go get your glasses on. What am I seeing?
Exactly.
And, we probably have seen more than we realize because, yeah. And I live near Las Vegas in Henderson, so it's like ET capital of the world.
Well, Mount Shasta is like everybody says, did you see any spaceships in Mount Shasta? I went, you see them every night. What are you talking about?
All over. The spaceships are everywhere. You can't miss them. So, in Shasta or here, because we have, Groom Lake, Area 51, a whole, it's like, yeah, it's all over. So this is our last question, everyone. And Mary is asking, hi, Dr. Gail and Val. My last aura photo suggested a muddy second chakra. Please check and remedy.
Well, Mary, I have a show that I do, the Solaris Healing Center, and I do it about once a month, and that's exactly what I do is I work on chakras. And but I have to have a different guides that come in to help me with that. Medical Mike is a gray hybrid who's my biggest help on that. I don't know, and I just have different guys when I'm doing that kind of show versus this kind of show. So I don't know about you, Val, how you work on that.
This is what I do. I mean, this is what I would do, is, Mary, sit in meditation and take each chakra and spin it. Spin it counterclockwise, saying, "I release everything that I no longer need," and see it just spinning out into violet flame. Then spin it clockwise. Move up to the next chakra. Spin it counterclockwise. Release everything that you do not need and do not need to hold on to. Release everything so that you see that light filling each chakra and spinning, going up to the next. So filling each with light, spinning, spinning, going up to the third chakra. You're counterclockwise, letting it to repeat the process. Each time filling it with, I fill it up, just fill it up with beautiful white light. It'll fill up with its own color eventually, but you need to fill it with the light because it's a vacuum kind of space you created because you've gotten rid of a lot of things. So you fill it with light, move to the next, counterclockwise release, clockwise spin as your normal spin, go up and finish with your crown chakra, or even if you want to go above that. And you will feel pretty good actually after that. So,
The only thing that I would say add to that, because it sounds great, was if you have a negative entity or an attachment that might make an area a little more muddy. But even on the spaceship, when I take people up and I work on their chakras, we send in the white light. It looks like a washing machine. It was soap going in and cleans it out, and then pulls it all out, and then
think of it as a washing machine. If you want to do it all at one time,
yeah,
think of it as a unified field of spinning, washing,
yeah.
and let all the debris fly out
Mhm.
into the violet flame so you know it's gone. It's converted into
Yes,
other, higher frequency energy.
that's great.
I'm
So
just
great
throwing
advice.
ideas, throwing ideas out there. So thank you all for being here. And thank you, Dr. Gail, for joining me for this hour and 7 minutes, actually.
All right, well, thanks for having me. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thank you all for joining us on this fun journey. Uh, of course, being in Dr. Gail's energy is pretty amazing just by itself. So I know you all like that. And we had a lot of people watching today. So thank you all for being here and, sending you all a lot of love and light and heartfelt appreciation for your energy today. And Dr. Gail, thank you so much for being with me. And hopefully we'll do this again next month.
Yeah, next month to be on my channel. Thanks,
So
Bob.
thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Gail. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.